when they're printing trillions of dollars. The gap between 1% and 99% is massive. You see, it's not just money. You have to step back and look at the bigger picture.
So what do you do?
In every one of us is a poor person. There's still a poor person inside me. There's also a middle class person. And the middle class persons want security. They want that steady paycheck. And there's a rich person. And they're all inside of us, except that it's not taught. You're taught to go to school, get a job, and get a paycheck. You're not taught how to get rich. If you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, my rich dad refused to pay me. He said the paycheck was one of the most damaging things you could take in your life. He says the moment you take a paycheck, you're an employee, and that's the mindset. So my rich dad never paid me. He drove my poor dad, a government employee, nuts. You got to pay people. You got to pay people. And Rich Dad was not saying that the paycheck was bad. He says he didn't want to be a slave to money. So as an entrepreneur, if Rich Dad folded, I just started another company. I don't need a paycheck. I don't need anybody to take care of me. If my government doesn't like me, I move to another country because they need entrepreneurs there. So the entrepreneur is not so much the business. The entrepreneur is really the mindset and the skill sets and the different set of rules. You see, I don't operate, small business does not operate in the same rules as big business. Entrepreneur is a mindset first, a skill set, and rules. And depending upon whether you're an employee or a small business, the rules are different. The mindsets are different. The skill sets are different.
You could say one thing to somebody who's never been an entrepreneur and they're thinking about making the leap of faith into becoming an entrepreneur. What could you tell them?
Hey, what's up, man? Are you looking for a business opportunity? Dude, you look like you'd be perfect at what we do.
Well, I'll just tell them the same thing that happened to me. My last paycheck, I still remember it clearly. It was one of the worst and the best days of my life. And I was in Puerto Rico. I was working for Xerox. And my boss gave me my last, it wasn't a paycheck, it was a bonus check. I think it was about $30,000, taxable, so no problem with that. So I get this check and I went, holy mackerel. You know what I mean? So I was excited, but I was also disturbed. And so this other guy comes up to me, his name was John. And John says to me, he says, you're going to be back. I said, why? He says, because you're going to fail. I looked at him and said, look, few expletive words, because that's what he did. He left Xerox, failed, and he came back. And I said, look, you failed and you came back, but I'm going to fail and I'm never coming back. And that's the attitude. Do you know what I mean? If you say, well, if I fail, I'll go back to mommy and daddy, then that's what you'll do. So if you fail, that's when I became an entrepreneur because I had no money. I had no money for years. I didn't have a paycheck. But that's what my rich dad encouraged me to do. He says, when you don't have this paycheck, you get hungrier, smarter, and it's a test of your character. Will you become a crook? Will you become dishonest? Will you cheat and steal? Or will you become a better human being? So really, that's the benefit of becoming an entrepreneur, is you really find out who you are when you don't have anything. So you always have to look at the big picture. Too many people look at, well, what's going to happen to me? Well, you look at the big picture, you're also going to know that when something bad happens, something good's going to happen. But you got to prepare for whatever is coming. If you think next 20 years will be like the last 20 years, you're going to get creamed. When you and I go to the supermarket and we buy a carton of milk, we always check for the expiration date. But most people do not check for the expiration date on their brains. Instead of get out of debt, I get into debt. I just refinanced $300 million in debt. I went from 5% to 2.5% interest. I made a fortune. Every month, more money comes in because my cost of money has gone down. So while some financial experts are saying get out of debt, I'm saying learn how to use debt. So when I came back from in Vietnam in January of '73, the first thing my rich dad said to me was go to school to learn how to invest in real estate. It wasn't real estate, it was how to use debt and taxes. Debt and taxes make the rich richer. Debt and taxes make the poor, middle class poor. So all the rich guys who are doctors or lawyers or You know, those guys, they're getting creamed. They don't know why.
Doctors are getting creamed.
Oh yeah, they're making more money, but the take home is less.
Sure.
You know, my doctor just yelled at me. He was happy. He says, "Oh, guess what? I finally made $1 million." And I said, "Yeah, this was just 3 weeks ago." And so I said, "Yeah, well, how much you pay in tax?" He says, $750,000 in taxes. So his net was about 400,000. That's not bad. But when I make $1 million, I keep $1 million. And the reason is because I don't make it by working for money. See, if you work for money, you're taxed. So that's why lesson number one in Rich Dad Poor Dad is the rich don't work for money. What we do instead is we create businesses as entrepreneurs. We acquire real estate. I don't invest in the stock market. Okay? So the reason is because as entrepreneurs, I have more control over my income, how much I make, and how much I pay in taxes. And because I'm an entrepreneur as well as an investor in real estate, I pay zero tax. So every time I make, let's say, $1 million as an entrepreneur, I immediately invested in real estate. I have a 4-to-1 step up. So I put $1 million in real estate. I get $4 million from the bank. That's why I love banks. But the banks are screwing everybody else. You know, terrible. But it's good for me.
That's why you say when you print, it's good for you, but when you print, it's bad for people that work for money.
Because when you print, savers get creamed and people who work for money get creamed. When they print, debtors get rich. You see, debt and taxes make the rich richer, and debt and taxes make the poor middle class poorer. When we have obsolete ideas, we get obsolete results. So what's happening for most people, the idea of going to school, getting a job, working hard, saving money, getting out of debt, buying your house because it's an asset, investing for the long term, is obsolete. The world has changed. The world changed in 1971 when President Nixon took us off the gold standard and money became debt.
What if we get rid of school? Then what would happen? Would it be better if we had no educational system at all?
No, I'm saying education is more important before. It's just obsolete. You know, there's Moore's Law, which states information doubles every 18 months. In other words, everything's obsolete 18 months. So, and this is just a recent phenomenon. So when you come out of school, you're already obsolete. And that's why I'm the old guy, you know. I meet my friends who went to Harvard. Yeah, I went to Harvard. I said, yeah, that was how long, 50 years ago? Today, the banks are charging you interest to save money. In other words, banks don't want your money because they printed too much of it. And that's why there's this bubbles in stocks and bubbles in real estate and all this. People are dumping the cash. Because as I said in here, savers are losers and cash is trash. And yet people are, well, I want a high-paying job. Well, that's an obsolete idea. Get out of debt is an obsolete idea. You should learn how to get into debt, how to use debt to get rich. And they'll never teach you about taxes. The reason the 1% is way up here and the 99% are going this way is because when you print money, two things happen: inflation and taxes. It's crushing it. And any entrepreneur thinks, I'm just going to make money and I'm going to start a business and make a lot of money because what we talk about, they really have got to smell the roses, man. You know, that's not what the real entrepreneurs are doing. Most entrepreneurs, there's 28 million small business owners in America. 24 million are what are one-person entrepreneurs. They're called non-employee entrepreneurs. So and that's what happens is when people don't really understand what an entrepreneur does. So most big people are self-employed, but they're not really entrepreneurs. The self-employed pay the highest taxes of all, and nobody tells them that. Yeah, it's also called the entrepreneurial spirit. But what we were actually talking about was there's no such thing as a bad economy. You know, there's external, you and I, we all have an external economy, but we also have an internal economy. And the willpower is to change our internal economy. So for me, I can see the good and I can see the bad. I don't really give a damn because I'm going to be rich anyway. But a poor person with a poor personal economy, all they're going to see is a bad economy because they don't know how to make money in any economy. And a middle class person, they have a middle class economy. You know, what they want is a nice house, a steady paycheck, and the job and the car. And so when you take their job away, to them, that's disaster. Well, since an entrepreneur doesn't have a job anyway, it's no big deal. So all I'm saying to people is what Bucky Fuller taught me, there's always two sides, you know what I mean? to use plural at minimum 2. So if you think the economy is bad, it's because your economy is bad. If you think that steady, employment is important, then you'll see an economy without jobs. Your economy versus the external economy.
Where you control versus where you can't control.
I can control. Yeah, it's called an internal focus versus an external focus. So the real entrepreneur has an internal focus. But if they fall down, they say, "Oh, this is good, because I'm going to go up higher." The average person will fall down and say, "Oh, I'm going to take some Prozac," or somebody has a mistake. Oh, the mistakes don't matter. Well, mistakes matter. It means you didn't know something. But a real entrepreneur, whether they fall down, they always can go up. They can stand back up and go higher. And no matter what happens to them, they get stronger and better and smarter and happier. But a person with a weak internal mindset is that they're so afraid of what happens, it generally happens. Like, people who are afraid of losing their jobs, they generally lose their jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So everything
you can
comes through you.
Yeah, so the entrepreneur first job is to control inside here, not outside there. The moment you take that paycheck, you're an employee. You've got to be stronger than that. It's about inside control.
Hello, Discover Card here to explain our cashback match. We match all of the cashback you earn at the end of your first year automatically. It's that simple.
All right, guys. Welcome. Grand Rising. Happy Friday. April Fool's Day, right? Make sure you guys are not falling for any April Fool's jokes. I know a lot of people like to do April Fool's jokes on this day. So just giving you guys a little update so you guys don't fall for it. Just in case you didn't know. But happy Friday. Happy April for awareness. Okay, that's so played out. Yeah, it is. I don't even know who does that anymore. But hey, you just never know, right? But I'm super blessed, super grateful to be on this call. April 1st, first day of the second quarter. Wow. So amazing how 90 days have already passed, guys. 90 days have already passed. And, I had a really, really good evaluation. Put a 1 in the chat box if you did your 90-day evaluation, your first 90-day evaluation, right? If you did your first 90-day evaluation where you sat down and you wrote down what you did well, what you didn't do well, and what you need to improve on this second quarter, put a 1 in the chat box if you did your evaluation, right? I hope you guys did it. I hope you guys got a lot of value from it. If you didn't do it, I would highly recommend you to do it today. I would highly recommend you to do it today. Take some time today to evaluate the last 90 days. We are on day 91 of the year, which means we have officially finished the first 90 days. We have officially finished the first quarter of the year. Okay, there's only 4 quarters in a year, so think about that. We already finished 1 quarter. We're on the second quarter, all right? The first quarter is definitely a very foundational year. It's a very foundational quarter. It's a quarter for you to build your foundation, figure out certain things, get the groove of things, see what's working for you, what's not working for you, see where you're at, track your progress. But now going into this next quarter, you got to go in more aggressive. You got to go in more calculated. Everything has to be more organized. You can't make some of the same mistakes that you did in the first quarter, in the second quarter. I learned this from a very successful person. They told me that, he said, he said, average people focus on, the 4 quarters and they make that 1 year. Right. But what my focus is I want to do what average people do in a year. I want to do it in a quarter. So that way, by the time, an average person lives 1 year, I've lived 4 years. I've done 4 years worth of work. And when he told me that, that always stuck with me. That was something that always stuck with me, because I was like, man, I never thought about it that way. He literally told me that he says he lives 4 years in a 1 year span, because he lives his quarters 1 year at a time. So one quarter for him is a year. So he does what? Because if you think about it, how many books does the average person read a year? One and a half, I think. If you read more than 3 books, you already did what most people don't do in a year, right? Think about it. This year, my first quarter, I got over 50 enrollments into my business. I got over 50 people that joined my business. There's certain people that don't get 50 people to join their business in a year, right? I listened to hundreds of hours of audios. Okay, there's people that don't listen to hundreds of hours of audios in the first quarter and even in a year. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys and make sure that you guys understand is that you got to have that mindset. Okay, you got to have that mindset that obviously, even though we know that it's obviously not 4 years in 1 year period, but you got to think about it like that so that you could get a lot more done. Okay, because think about that. Just look at it like this, right? If in 1 year some people do certain things, and in 1 year equals to 4 to you, imagine 2 years. While what someone does and what someone takes 2 years to do, you've already done 8 years of work if you do it in 2 years. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm gonna apply that mindset, and I live my life now 90 days at a time. Like for me, this is a brand new year. Like for me, this is like 2023 right now. Seriously, this is like 2023 right now for me. This is a brand new year. Like I've let go of everything. I'm so grateful for everything I did the first 90 days. I'm grateful for the books, the lessons, the challenges, everything. But I'm ready for a new year. I'm ready for a new start. I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to improve on the things that I didn't do as well in 2022. I mean, sorry, basically in 2022, but what I didn't do in the first quarter. Okay, so think about that. Apply that. It is gonna help you out so much. You have no idea. But really quick, can you guys express in the chat box what is one thing that you guys are grateful for? Put it in the chat box. What is one thing that you guys are grateful for? Type it in there. Let everybody know what is one thing that you are grateful for, because we gotta express gratitude this month. This is a month of a lot of gratitude, of a lot of love, of a lot of abundance. And it's amazing, right? We could call it April for abundance. We could call it April for awareness. We could call it April for who knows what. But, it's important that we express gratitude. So, I'm grateful for God. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, Dariana. April for anointing. Yes, I love that. I'm grateful for my team, the leaders within my organization, my mentors, Matt Rosa, Jason Brown, Matt Gribby, Alex Morton, Darwin Lopez. Grateful for the leaders in my org. Grateful for the whole Mornings with Nano family. Grateful for Jasmine. Grateful for Sana. Grateful for my brother Hansel. Grateful for the whole team. Grateful for Hazel. Grateful for Katie. Extremely grateful for the life that I live, the abundance that we get to live in each and every single day. And it's just a pleasure daily to be able to live this life. And I'm just so extremely thankful for each and every single one of you guys to jump on this call and learn what it is that I'm going to teach you guys here today. All right, so get those pens and papers ready. Send out that one last message into your chat box, and let me go live on IG right here, and let's spread the word. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. All right, perfect. There we go. So today we're going to be talking about The art of allowing. Okay, the art of allowing is very important, especially when it comes to the months of, especially when it comes to the months of April. The golden months is what I like to call them. And the reason why I call them the golden months is because these are the months that will determine a lot of the success that you have for the rest of the year. Okay, like this is that period of time where you want to be very, very careful with every action you take, with every decision you make, with the people that you hang around. Like when we call them the golden months, and this is why I'm so grateful for the mentorship that I've had, because my mentors always, they loved to break things down to me and give me perspective on life and on this business. And what they basically broke down for me was this, right? And I want to share this with you guys so you guys can also have a perspective of it. They said the first quarter of the year, which is January, February, and March, is the foundational months. This is the foundational period. This is the foundational quarter. Okay, this is the quarter where you want to develop the habits, where you want to, put yourself in a good vibration. You want to do things that you've never done. You want to find the right people that you're going to go and attack the rest of the year with, right? You want to get rid of any old issues that you had in the year prior. You kind of want to use those 3 months, those 90 days as a good foundational period for your year. Okay, so you're kind of, think about it like building a house. Okay, you spend the first 90 days of the year, building that foundation, making sure that you're building a good, solid foundation for the rest of the year. Now, the reason why they call the months of April, May, and June the golden months, April, May, and June, the golden months, is because these are the months where you lay the bricks. Okay, in the first quarter of the year, you build the foundation. You laid the foundation. You can't build a house. You can't build success on no foundation. So the first quarter is building the foundation. The second quarter now is laying the bricks. Okay. And this is why your awareness is very important in April, because you need to be aware of where you're going to lay the bricks. Okay. You got to be aware. Now, Nano, what do you mean by lay the bricks? Okay. Well, every day you put the work in, every day you do something that you said you were going to do, every day you do your morning routine, that's you laying the bricks. Every day you do a presentation, that's laying the brick. Every event you go to, that's laying a brick. Okay. Everything that you do for this whole next quarter right here is going to be you laying the brick. That's what you're going to be doing this quarter, is all laying bricks. Now, I want to make sure you guys are aware of this, okay? This is so important that everybody understands, all right? What happens if you lay bricks, but you don't put cement in between them? If you were to lay bricks, but there was no cement, what happens? Okay? What would happen if I start to lay bricks, but I don't put cement in between? They fall, right? They fall apart. They're going to crumble. It doesn't stick. Now, can anybody tell me, if you know, let's see if you know, what part of what I do on a day-to-day basis is my cement? If you know. So there's something that you got to do every single day, no matter what, that is considered your cement. What is the cement to your business? What is the cement to everything? The morning routine. The morning routine is the cement, okay? Because you the one that has to keep these bricks together. And the only way that you can keep the bricks together is if you are becoming better each and every single day, okay? The morning routine includes God. So I know there's people in there saying God, and you're absolutely right. You're right. The morning routine includes time spent with God. So I'm not discrediting God at all from any of this, all right? But your morning routine, which is the time that you spent working on yourself, the time that you spent building that relationship with God, the time that you spent meditating, reading, journaling, listening to audios, praying, writing your goals down. That's the thing that's going to determine whether the bricks that you lay throughout the day stick. And this is what I need you guys to understand. So this is why they say that these are the golden months, but you need to be aware of what you're doing. Okay, because you could go and you could go and work hard these next 90 days. All right. But if you work hard these next 90 days, but guess what? You didn't put cement on them, it's gonna fall. It says it's lagging. It says it's good on my side. Refresh. Is it good now? It didn't even cut out for me. Tell Nano he glitching. It's good now. Still lagging. Let me know because it's good now. Okay. All right, dope. Perfect. My bad. I don't know what happened. It didn't lag on my side at all. Probably it was something with YouTube. But I hope it's good. But like I was saying, guys, these next few months, we got to make sure that your morning routine is on point, but that you're also putting in the work. Okay. This is very, very key in order for you guys to, understand the importance of your work and put yourself in position. Okay. Now, today, I also wanted to talk about the art of allowing. Okay. The art of allowing. Now, what do I mean, the art of allowing? Okay. You see, there's 3 steps to success. Okay. There's 3 steps. All right. There's the ask, you receive, and then you allow. Okay. That's how it works. Super easy, very simple. All right. This is how it works, guys. I need you to all understand this. All right. Let me move this right here. This is how it works. When we write down a goal, okay, we are asking for that goal. All right. We are asking for the goal. All right. When we get circumstances and situations and people that come into our lives, okay, that's us receiving. Okay, that's us receiving. All right. Now, the key for it to all work is you must allow, though. Okay, because allow is something that you must do. Remember, you ask is your work. The receiving is not your work. All right. The receiving is going to come because of what you asked. Okay, because of the energy that you put out. All right. But the key to this whole entire thing is what you allow. All right. Are you in a state of allowing? Okay. This is very, very important to understand. Okay. A lot of us, we've spent the first 90 days asking, writing down our goals, and so on and so forth. The reason why these are golden months, okay, is because these are going to be the months where we start to receive a lot of what we asked for. But this is the key. You have to be in a state of allowance. Okay. Now, what determines if you are in a state of allowance? Does anybody know? What determines if you are in a state of allowing? Does anybody know? Let me know. Hopefully, okay, let's see. What determines if you are in a state of allowing? You guys, good. There's some good answers in here. All right. That's a good one too. But what determines your state of allowing is your feelings. That's what determines if you are in a good state of allowing. Okay. And then allowing also has to do with how aware you are. So it also has to do with your awareness. All right. So, because remember what I always say, if you feel bad, if you're stressed, if you're overwhelmed, if you're not all there, your hands are closed. So you can't receive when your hands are closed. You can only receive when your hands are open. And your hands are open only when you feel good, only when you feel abundant, when you feel blessed, because that's the energy that you're putting out. That's the energy that you're vibrating. That is the energy that you are putting out into the frequency of the world. Okay, so it's important that every single person here understands that feeling good over the next few months is going to be super important. So not only is feeling good important, all right, but increasing your awareness is going to be key. And that's why I've dedicated the whole month of April to awareness, to increasing your awareness, because with the book, The Power of Awareness, okay, it's going to talk about feeling, the state of the wish fulfilled, feeling, the feeling, the feeling. All right. And remember this, the art of allowing is the art of no longer resisting the well-being you deserve. Okay, it is living in that positive anticipation, like, yo, tomorrow is Christmas, today is Christmas. Yes, I am so thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I am so blessed to be living this life. Right? So the art of allowing is the art of no longer resisting the well-being that you deserve. No longer resisting the well-being that you deserve. Every one of us deserves more. Because remember, the well-being is natural. That's your legacy. That's your source. That's your very being. We're all put on this earth to live a life of freedom, abundance, opulence. You got to allow those things to flow through you. Live in a state of abundance. Live in a state of joy. Live in a state of just happiness. Okay? We were not put on this earth to live a life of hate, envy, stress, overwhelmness. We were put on this earth to live a life of freedom and abundance and ministry. This is important that you guys understand that. All right? But in order to live that life of abundance, you have to allow that state to flow through you. Okay? Is abundance flowing through you? Okay? And the reason, look, guys, the reason why I was grateful when I didn't have much was because I had to practice these things when I didn't have a lot. So imagine having to live in a state of abundance when in reality, your bank account looks like gas prices. Imagine having to trick your mind to live in a state of abundance. Imagine having to trick your mind, okay, that you were happy, that you were excited, that you were blessed when your bank account looked like gas prices. And I'm talking about gas prices when they were low. They're a little higher now, right? So I had to have that faith when it was down. I had to have faith in everything while it was low. I was giving money to homeless people and to people on the streets when I was broke, and telling myself in my mind, I have more than enough money. I have an abundance of money flowing through me. I have an abundance of money flowing through me. I was happy. I was excited when I was broke, busted, and disgusted. Seriously. But it was because I was tricking my mind to allow, because I was like, bro, if I continue to, because what I realized was like, okay, I get it. I don't have the money that I want right now. I'm not the rank that I want to be at. I'm nowhere close to where I want to be at. nowhere close to where I want to be at. But how can I not allow this to affect my vibration? How can I not allow the fact that I'm in debt hundreds and thousands of dollars? What am I going to do? Because at the end of the day, if I allow these circumstances to control me, I'm going to lose. I'm reading the books. It's telling me that if I allow my thoughts to control me, I'm going to lose. I'm going to attract more and more and more and more and more. So I'm reading these books and I'm like, hold up. No wonder I keep attracting this into my life. No wonder my bank account is not growing. No wonder I'm always feeling down. It's because I'm always focused on the things that are not helping me. It's only the things that are bringing me down. So I said, I have to change my focus. Even though I may not have the money yet, even though I may not have the accomplishments yet, even though I don't have these things yet, okay, I'm going to live in the feeling of, and I'm going to see if this actually works. That was me. I said, you know what? I got nothing to lose. I'm going to see if this stuff actually works. That's what it was for me. Because remember, I'm back in Washington Heights. Nobody around me is doing this stuff. I said, you know what? Every day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to wake up like millionaire Nano. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to act as if I'm a six-figure earner. Everything I buy, everybody I talk to, everything I look at, everything. I need to catch myself. If I catch myself being, not truthful with myself, if I catch myself talking about being broke or not having money, I'm going to check myself. And it literally started just like this. It started on a day just like this, on April 1st. I said, for the whole month of April, I'm dedicated to acting as if the person that I want to be. So every day I would wake up, and I would never wake up as broke Nano. I would wake up as six-figure earner Nano. And I would wake up and I would tell myself, oh, I'm so grateful, man. Multiple six-figure earner. Thank you for the $10,000 a month that I'm earning each and every single month, the $2,500 a week. I'm literally telling myself this, like I'm living in this reality, like I'm walking to the park, I'm going to do my morning routine as that six-figure earner. I'm working out like I'm a six-figure earner. Every time I purchase something, I'm literally telling myself, like, I have more than enough money. I have abundance of money flowing my way. Mind you, I was literally spending my last $5, my last $10, my last $20. And I would literally be telling myself, I have more than enough money. Let me buy this food. I would literally go and sit at restaurants that I would be eating at if I was making six figures. But I was just sitting there to have an appetizer and some water with lemon, okay, just because I wanted to put myself in the environment of a good restaurant. I wanted to live in that reality. I wanted to do those things. Anytime anybody would talk to me about lack of money, I would think abundance of money. Every time somebody would complain about their bills, I would say, I'm happy to pay my bills, right? I started to live in this reality. And I said, you know what? Let me see if this actually works. And I said, let me see it. Let me see if it actually works. And it worked. It worked. It started to work. And I'm like, yo, this stuff actually works. Things started to change for me. I started to earn more money. I started to rank up. I started to attract situations. And everything started to change, even though in reality, in the bank account and the results in the reality were still low, but things in my life were moving forward. Things were changing. Income was increasing. Now I had more. Now things were happening for me. Now I was being more. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. I was literally telling my boy last night, because he was here. He was telling me like, yo, it's crazy how you live 50 floors up. You literally live, in a penthouse, this whole thing. And I'm like, yo, you know what's funny though, bro? I tricked myself for 2 years when I was living at my parents' house, because I live in an apartment building and I live on the 6th floor. So I live on the last floor. It's a 6-story apartment building. And every time I took the elevator, I tricked myself into believing that I was going into my penthouse every time. So I literally told myself, okay, all right, I live on the 6th floor. So every time I take this elevator, I'm going to trick myself into believing that I am going to my penthouse. And I was making $1,000 a month. Chele's here. He won't let me lie. I would literally tell Chele all the time, like, bro, we would be in the elevator on our way to the 6th floor, and I would be like, bro, I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that we're going up into my penthouse, and it is done. And when we open up the door, the elevator is gonna open up to our penthouse, and exactly like that, it happened. Look, now we have this beautiful view, 50 floors up, the whole 9, and we're running it up. But I visualized it for 2 years. I saw myself doing it for 2 years. Now I don't go up 6 floors. Now I go up 50 floors. And I visualized it the exact same way that I wanted it. Right on the beach, overlooking the ocean, everything. Everything. And it worked. So that's what I tell you guys. I'm like, bro, this stuff actually works if you do it though. You can't do it for a month and expect for it to happen. Think about it. I was visualized living here for 2 years before I actually got it. You know the amount of times that I visualized me living in this house? Hundreds. Hundreds of times. Hundreds of times. So this is what I want you guys to know. But you know why? It was because I was in the art of allowing always. I was always in the art of allowing. I was always feeling good. I was always blessed. I was always connected. I was always thanking God. I was always there. I was always here. Okay. I was always living in that state. You couldn't allow me to live in the reality. The reality I was living was not really my reality. When I would walk out of my house and I would see drugs being sold on every corner and all of this stuff happening, I would literally program my mind to say, this is not my reality. 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 I would literally tell my mind, this is not my reality. So I would walk outside and I would see poverty and I would see drugs and this and, you know, the streets being dirty and homeless people and all of this stuff. You know how the hood is, right? And I would see this stuff and I would literally sit there and visualize and be like, this is not my reality. I'm looking at the beach and I'm living in a millionaire apartment and I'm in a gated community. Like I'm literally sitting here and telling myself, this is not my reality. This is not my reality. This is so important that you guys understand. Okay? This is so important that you guys understand. If you can do that, if you can live in that reality, your whole life will change. If you can sit there and I know it sounds wild to think about. But if you can do this right here, what I'm telling you, your whole life will change. Like what I was telling one of the individuals that participated yesterday in the Q&A. I said, make your room your penthouse, make your room that room where it's your peace. I would literally tell myself, guys, seriously, this is not my reality. I would look at my bank and see a few dollars in there, and I would imagine hundreds and thousands of dollars in there. I'm giving you guys the real facts on how I did it when I had nothing. So, but the key was the art of allowing. When I learned that, that was the key for me. Because I was asking and I would receive, but I didn't understand what allowing meant. And the only way you can allow is that you must be in a state of allowing. And the only way that you can be in a state of allowing is if you're in a state of happiness, joy, abundance, grace, just good, happy feelings. You have to be in a state of good, happy feelings. If you're down, that's why I don't even when I'm going through things, I was literally saying this to, I was explaining this to somebody yesterday. I was like, bro, people don't even know half of the things I went through the last 6 months, but every day I showed up with a smile on my face. Every day I did mornings with Nano. Every day I woke up and visualized. Every day I wrote down my goals. Every day, because in reality, that wasn't my reality. When we was going through reality, I was living in my reality, in my imagined reality. That's what I was living in. I didn't accept the fact that we was going through things. I never accepted that, because the moment you accept it, that's when it becomes your reality. Yeah, I'm going through it, man. Now I know that you're really going through it because you just accepted it into your reality. The moment you accept it into reality, it becomes yours. I always rejected the idea that we were going through something. I always rejected the idea that I was being challenged. Never. I always stayed in good feelings. Never once did I show up on mornings with Nano with a sad face. I always showed up with a big smile on my face. What did I always say? Big cheesy smiles every morning. Big cheesy smiles, big cheesy smiles. Why? Because I was living in the reality that everything was amazing, everything was good, everything was working in my favor. Everything always works in my favor. I expect miracles and I get miracles. Okay, tomorrow is Christmas. Even though things were falling apart, things were happening in the business, this and that was happening for me, tomorrow was Christmas. So I always stay in the vibration regardless of what's going on. You know what that's called? One of the hardest things to master in this game is called staying calm during the storm. Very few can do that, though. If you can master the art of staying calm during the storm, you're going to make it very far in life. I'm telling you right now, especially in this journey. You can master the art of staying calm in the storm. You will be so successful in life. You will be so successful in life because you learn the art of mastering and staying calm during the storm. And you want to know how you stay calm during the storm? You got to have a relationship with the Lord. That's how it works. You want to have that relationship? You want to stay calm during the storm? Build that relationship with God, because He's the one that keeps it calm. He's the one that keeps you calm. Heart. But connected with God. I was talking with God every day. I was praying every day. He just told me, he's like, no, everything is going to be okay, son. Just stay calm, enjoy the show, and this will be over in no time. Literally, that's what he told me. He say, son, just stay calm. These are conversations I've had with him. He told me, son, stay calm. He said, dance in the storm. Dance in the storm. Be happy in the storm. While everybody else is scared and running away and distracted, I want you to be the one that dances and is excited in the storm. You're calm because you know that I'm just guiding you in the right direction. I said, say less, God. You lead the way. You told me to stay calm. I'm going to stay calm. You told me let's dance and let's celebrate because this is a great time for us to grow and elevate. Then that's what we're going to do. And that's what we did. And I won't say that I've mastered the art of obviously allowing yet, and I won't say that I'm a beast at staying calm during the storm, because trust me, I'll be ignorant to say there's storms that are coming that I don't know if I'm. But as long as I know I have my God, and as long as I know I have that relationship with my Creator, I know I'll be good. That's all it is. You guys got to really understand this stuff, especially going into this month, okay? Because I know Monday, when we start reading the book, April, for the power of awareness, okay, I want everybody to really take that book very serious. That book is going to make us so much money and so much success and make us so much better. I don't think you guys know. I don't think you guys know. The best periods of my life happened when I was reading that book. The most success I accomplished in life happened while I was reading that book. The vibration that book puts you on is so different. The vibration that this book is going to put you on is so different. It's going to change your life for sure. But you got to understand the art of allowing. because we're going to put the work in. We're going to be there. Okay. But you have to live in the state of allowing. This is what it says. Your feelings are your attraction points. If you're feeling good, you're attracting good. If you're feeling bad, you're attracting bad. So you got to ask yourself, have you been feeling bad? Have you been feeling discouraged? Have you been sad? Have you been depressed? Because if you are in that state of mind, I need you to release it today. I need you in a state of allowing, state of happiness, joy. But no, there's nothing for me to be happy about. What do you mean? You're alive. But what do I need to be joyful about? What do you mean? You have access to monies or nano. You have a relationship with God. But I haven't hit my rank yet. But you have access to the vehicle. So what are you stressed out about? Are you healthy? Are your kids healthy? Is your family healthy? What are you stressed out about? What are you stressed out about for real? That's something I learned too. I was like, my mentor told me, he was like, Beneno, what are you stressed about? He said, are you healthy right now? I'm like, yeah. Is your mom and dad healthy? I'm like, yeah. You have a roof over your head? Yeah. You have clothes on your back? Yeah. You eat every day? Yeah. I'm like, so then what are you so stressed out about? You know how many people wish they had clothes on their backs right now? You know how many people don't have money for the next meal? Those people should be worried and stressed. Meanwhile, here you have everything you need to be successful. And you're stressed. And you're overwhelmed. And you're sad. Sad why? You have everything you need to be successful. And it's just your choices. Your kids healthy? Yeah. What are you stressed about? Those are the things that really matter. Those are the things that really matter. It's the truth. If you really sit down and think about it, those are the things that really matter. When he said that to me, he said, bro, those are the things that really matter. He said, you know why? Because if I told you right now, God forbid, that all of you guys were sick and that you had to give up all your money, all your wealth, all the success that you have, the houses, the clothes, the cars, the jewelry, everything to get your health back, would you give it up? And I said, yeah. He said, so none of that stuff matters, my brother. He said, the only thing that matters is that you and your family are healthy. You guys got a roof over your head, you got money on the table, and you eating every day. Everything else after that is under your control. What are you stressed out about? You need to be happy that that is your reality right there. And when he said that to me, that put so many things into perspective for me because it was true. I'm like, bro, it's so true. I would give it all up to make sure I'm healthy forever. I would give it all up to make sure that my mom and dad are healthy forever. I would give it all up. If they told me, no, you got to give this all up right now so your mom can stay healthy for another 30, 40 years, I'd be like, I don't mind starting from zero today. Take it all right now. Seriously. How many of you guys put a 1 in the chat box if you will give it all to make sure that your family is healthy for the rest of their lives? That your family lives a long, healthy life. How many of you guys would give it all up? Put a 1. I would. To start all over. You have to start all over from scratch. You have to start your businesses all over from scratch. So then what are we really stressed out about? If you're healthy, your family's healthy, and a lot of things in your life are going the way. That's all we should be thankful for. We should be thankful that we're healthy. Right? That's so important, guys. Don't get caught up. I know that you want more. I know that your financial situation might not be the best sometimes. I know that you want to be further in your business. I know these things. Trust me, I know. But don't allow those things, okay? Okay, don't allow those things to control your feelings. Don't allow those things to control your feelings. For real, don't allow those things to control how you feel. Is it something that you acknowledge? Absolutely. I'm not saying to ignore it. You acknowledge it. You, okay, this is the situation. I get it. I understand it. I know where it's coming from, but this is how I want to move. This is how I want to think. This is how I want to feel. Because I acknowledged that we were going through challenges. I acknowledged what was going on, but I never allowed it to control how I felt. I never allowed it to control the actions that I took. The stuff that I'm teaching you guys is really deep stuff. Deep stuff. And the reason why I'm teaching you guys this is because I want you guys to attract and receive everything that you've been asking for the first 3 months of the year. But the only way you can do that is through allowance. You got to allow it in. The only way you can allow it in is through good feelings. Good feelings only. Last thing I'm going to say is this. There's one key to everything. The key to bringing something into your experience that you desire is you must achieve vibrational harmony with what it is that you want. The key to bringing something into your experience that you desire, all right, is you must achieve vibrational harmony with what it is that you want. What do I mean by vibrational harmony with what you want? You must keep the vibration. What did I tell you guys? If you want 6 figures, you must achieve vibrational harmony, which means that you keep the feeling long enough. What did I tell you guys? Stay the whole month of April living in the reality that you live as a 6-figure earner. Go eat at good restaurants. Take 2 Fridays or 2 Saturdays. Go on your own. You don't even got to take a girl or your boyfriend or anything. Bro, go sit at a nice, go look for the most expensive restaurant in your city. Look for a nice one. And literally go at a time where you know that nobody's going to be there. Usually the best times to go is when it opens. The best time to go is when it opens. Don't go, obviously, 8, 9 o'clock when everybody's there. Go when it first opens. And sit there and enjoy a $30 meal. Get yourself a nice little appetizer and drink some water. But get in the reality of, look at the menu and be like, man, I can't wait till I'm purchasing this $150 steak and this wine and this salmon and this sea bass and this. But for now, I'm gonna just get the calamari. I'm gonna get me the calamari with some water and something. But yo, dude, people in BMW and Mercedes in New York, they all knew me. I would go into Mercedes and BMW on 11th Ave. Literally go sit in the cars all the time. And I told them, yo, one day I'm gonna walk in here and I'm gonna be buying this Maybach right here, this Mercedes Maybach. I'm buying this G-Wagon. I need it. And I would literally go in there like, yeah, man, let me get this one. I want this one right here. I'm probably gonna get that one for my dad right there. I would literally go in there and live in the reality that I was buying the car. I would sit in the car and I would touch the wheel. I would touch the forgot what that's called, but I would touch everything in the car. I would put the seatbelt on. I remember what it feels like. I remember the smell of the car. I would smell the brand new leather. I would close the door. I wanted to hear the way the door sounded when it closed. I wanted to feel the wheel, okay, the leather on my feet. I wanted to feel it. I wanted to feel how it felt like to press the gas. Okay, I wanted to look. I wanted to hear it. I wanted to touch the sound when I put it up. Like, I would sit in those cars and I would really feel it because I wanted to get the real feeling of it, because I know that now I get to intensify it. I get to intensify it. I know it sounds wild that I did that, but I used to do it all the time. Still to this day, do it. When I go to Matt's house, I'm sitting in his Lamborghini in his cars, and I'm literally there like, oh my God, this is my car. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, yes, yes. What would you recommend if your desired goal is debt free? Your goal should not be to get out of debt. Your goal should be to make a certain amount of money, and that certain amount of money will pay off your debt. But if you focus on debt, you'll get more. So the goal should never be to be debt free. The goal should be to make a certain amount of money that'll get you out of debt. Because if you focus on debt, that means you're already you're telling yourself that you're in debt. You get that? So the goal is never to be debt free. The goal is to make a certain amount of money that will get you out of debt. So what is that certain amount of money? You got to make $10,000 to get you out of debt. Then that's what you focus on. You focus on attracting the $10,000. You don't focus on being debt free, because then you're telling yourself that you're in debt, which means that's your reality. So you got to achieve vibrational harmony. Okay. You got to achieve vibrational harmony. The better you feel, the more you're allowing. Why do you think I tell you guys? I wake up, I am so happy, I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am excited. Christmas is tomorrow. I am feeling good and I'm feeling better each and every single day. I expect miracles and I get miracles. Thank you. More of this. Yes, more, more, more. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The better you feel, the more you're allowing. The worse you feel, the less you're allowing. Feeling good equals allowing the connection. Feeling bad equals not allowing the connection. Dude, you don't even got to go so far. Ask yourself how you've been feeling the last 2 weeks before the first quarter finished. How have you been feeling? Just be honest with yourself. Have you been motivated, dedicated, happy, excited, joyful? Or have you been down, sad, depressed, overwhelmed? That determines your connection. That determines your connection right there. That how you've been feeling the last 2 weeks determines everything. And like I said, I know some of you guys are saying like, Banano, you know, this is happening in my life and this is happening and this and this and this and that. Like I said, is because you are allowing certain circumstances to control the way you feel. That's what's happening. You're allowing those circumstances to control the way you feel. You can't let those things control you. And I know certain things are hard to not let control, because I know that. I'm not saying that it's easy, but get excited, be blessed. Yo, like I said, it's a new year today. It's literally a new year right now. Write down a story. As a matter of fact, yo, pass me that journal right there. I wrote a letter to myself about the first 90 days of the year. Let me see if I can find it. On how I want the first 90 days of my year to go. Did I write it? Let me see. My story for the first 90 days. Somewhere. I know I wrote it somewhere. I can't. I'm trying to find it. Gotta look for it. But I would like to see what I wrote. But if I were you, write a letter to yourself on what the next 90 days. We all did it. If you did it, I know we did it on Mornings When I just got to find the letter where I put it on. But we all did it. We all did it. Write down a letter of how the next 90 days are going to go for you. How are the months of April, May, and June going to go for you? How are you going to feel? Who are you going to act like? How are you going to speak? What your routine is going to be like? What you're going to work on? Dude, I literally did a whole thing. Look, this is my whole evaluation right here. Look at a list. Look, this side right here are all the things I didn't do well. Look at how many things your boy Nano didn't do well. Look at all of these things. So many. I did a lot of things right, but I also did a lot of things that I could have done better. Right? There was so much. There was so much. But we're gonna make it happen. I had to make sure. I had to be real with myself. I had to sit there, and I'm hard on myself, guys. I'm really, really hard on myself. Seriously, like I'm so hard on myself. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be super hard on myself now. I'm literally gonna be super hard on myself. And then, what didn't you do well the first 90 days? Boom, 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 boom. Everything. I literally sat there and thought about it. Bet. Wrote it down. Now I know what I need to work on starting today. Starting today, that's it. Starting today, we're gonna get it. Somebody told me I look I look like Usher. Let me see. I can't remember what Usher looks like. I look like Usher with curls. I think if we put curls on Usher, I think it might work. I'm the Dominican Usher, I guess, right? The Dominican Usher. Somebody said, "Nah, you don't." If you put, I think I see a little bit of the resemblance, low key, a little bit, but I'm looking at his smile right now. Yeah, low key, I do see it though. I do see it a little bit. Dominican Usher with curls. You got to put the curls on him though. The curls, the nose. I don't have as the nose is not as wide. Mine is a little bit. I think more compact. But hey, that's a compliment, right? I'm guessing that's a compliment. I'm guessing that's a compliment. Let it burn, right? He was the man in those days, man. Those throwback days. Usher was the guy. But good jokes. I appreciate you guys. I love this community for real. But yeah, guys, that's really what I wanted to cover with you guys today. I just wanted to finish up the week with a good, like, just more of a talk to you guys kind of lesson. Not really the highest. But I wanted to make sure that I spread a message so that you guys can start preparing yourselves. Like I said, guys, take this week, evaluate yourself, get yourself right. If you haven't bought the book, get the book. Okay, the book is called The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. We start reading it together. All right, we're going to be covering it together on Monday, April 4th. We're going to start going through the first chapter. All right, we're going to be going through the first, probably the first two chapters the first day. Okay, we're going to go through the first two chapters for sure. All right, so I appreciate you guys so much. If you guys got the value from today's call, put a 3 in the chat box. If you guys got the value from today's call, right? 3 3s in the chat. I just mostly wanted to talk to you guys, give you guys, ideas on certain things to do, and just prepare you guys for what it is that's coming. Yes. Amazing, guys. Well, look, that wraps up today's call, my family. I'm excited to see all of you guys. If you're going to be in Barcelona next week, it's going to be a movie. I can't wait to meet my international family. We got a lot of big things coming for Barcelona, and it's going to be amazing. And then I hope you guys got a lot of value. Remember, April 4 awareness starts Monday, April 4th. If you want to have access to, the readings, you can still hop on and, obviously if you don't have the book, you're still going to learn, but, it'll be better for you to have the book. So that way, you can know what I highlighted, so you can see what I'm reading. We're going to digest that book. Like, we're going to read it to the T. Like, we're going to look up words. What does it mean? like we're gonna memorize paragraphs, like that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna happen. There's a chapter in that book. I was actually asking Matt yesterday. He was like, Bob Proctor read the same chapter. He told me it was for 3 months. He read it, the same chapter. He memorized it off the top. He knows it. He knows the whole paragraph from the top of his head. He knows every line, like to that point. So he read the same chapter for 90 days. Think about that. There's a chapter in that book, and I'm gonna tell you guys which one it is. I'm gonna really, really put you guys on. But we start reading on Monday, April 4th. Okay, the name of the book is called The Power of Awareness. Okay, get the copy that is beige and red. All right, it has the eye in the front. All right, it has like the little eye in the front, kind of like your third eye, and then that. But quick prayer before we go, and let's run it. Father God, thank you so much for blessing us with this beautiful day that's filled with your abundance, your grace, your blessings. And we are just so extremely thankful for you each and every single day. We invite you to this moment to let you know that, you know, moving forward, we're going to live in a reality of feeling good, feeling blessed, feeling aligned, feeling connected, and feeling more connected to you than ever, because in reality, that's what's going to help us really allow that connection to flow in order for us to get to where we want to go. We want to be closer to you each and every single day, because we know with the proximity to you, feeling good is going to be, you know, just a regular thing, because honestly, how can we ever feel bad if we have you by our side, God? So growing that closer relationship with you, God, these next 3 months is going to be key, especially for the rest of the year. But we are just so thankful, you know, to open up our hands. Every single one of us, all the hundreds and thousands of people that are jumping on Mornings with Nano, we are all opening up our hands today, April 1st, the first day of the second quarter, the first day of the new year that we just started. We're opening up our hands and we are ready to allow and receive every blessing, every abundance, everything that you have for us, God. We are ready to receive it. And we want to thank you in advance for all that you're going to bless us with, God. So thank you so much for being there for us. Thank you for guiding us. Thank you for being our leader. Thank you for always loving us through the ups and through the downs, and continue to put your healing hand over the individuals that need healing during these times. We love you so much and we appreciate you so much. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 Man, people telling me I look like Usher. I look like Drake now. Someone said Pharrell. I don't see the Pharrell one for sure. But but I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you guys even more. I hope you guys enjoy the rest. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and be ready to come on Monday for a week and a month filled with just so much value, fam. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Get your books, The Power of Awareness, the one that comes with the Awakened Imagination chapter, or add-on, whatever it is. Come with that, and I run it up with you guys, and we run it. God bless. Let's get it.